Welcome back. We are still here on the Storm Coast. If you remember when we first got here, Scout Harding told us that we had a soldier patrol missing, and they couldn't go looking for them because of bandit activity in the area. We did run into a few of those, as well as some Venatori who were having a little scuffle with Iron Bull. Helped them out, got Iron Bull as an ally. Then ran into this rebel mage boss. That was interesting. He was like totally out of place. Well, I've never seen him there before. But yeah, he kind of popped up out of nowhere. I picked a fight with him and then realized I may have bit off a little more than I could chew. We barely got past him. Good thing is we got the key from him that leads to his basement, which will net us the Mighty Offense tonic. And that's definitely a must-have, especially for this build later on. For any build, really. Well, actually, you know, I don't think the Mighty Offense tonic applies to mages. I think it's only for melee and archers. I think. Anyway, whatever the case may be, it's great for my character. It really fits into the way I build my stuff out. So, anyway, we will follow this lead, get up here to the top of this overlook mountain area, and see what clues we can find as to where our missing soldiers might be. Like I say, I'm sure this isn't going to end well. Love the way this is done. The ambient sounds, you know, of the animals and birds and stuff in the background, and then the wind and the rain falling, and I mean, it's wow. Very cool. Very well done. The lighting, the way the sunlight filters through everything.
Perhaps the Inquisition could determine the nature of these objects.
Must have all loot. It's mine. Mine. Give me that. It's mine. That's right. Okay, now we already ran into a few bandits. We could expect to run into some more, right? I mean, you know, that's kind of a given. He has a bow in his hand, so I'm going to take pleasure in killing this guy. I hate archers. Got my blocking ability now. It's on. The field is just starting to take shape. Well, okay. I'd like to do that more often. That's pretty awesome. Apparently, if you're on a downslope and you go to attack somebody from a distance, you might just fly right past them and just keep on going. That happens. That's a little closer to the Dragon Age 2 combat, where you could cover a huge distance. Basically, once you're locked onto an enemy, when you go to attack, even if you're 100 feet away, you just zip across the battlefield, bust them in the face. Man, I used to love that, just flying all over the battlefield. That was very cool, especially as a rogue or two-handed warrior.
Murdered. Shit. We should see that their families are notified.
Well, we kind of saw that coming, right? Yeah, patrol got murdered, and the guy was so arrogant he left a note.
Our men were murdered by a group called the Blades of Hessarian. It seems there's a way to challenge their leader.
Hessarian's blade is supposed to represent mercy, not random slaughter.
Alright,
It
so...
looks like the bandits are camped further along the beach.
Okay, my character would just shut up. Apparently we have this charm, or this necklace thing that we can make here. This Crest of Mercy, and if we're wearing that, then we can go challenge the bandit leader ourselves, and actually some good comes of that. And so we will, but you know what? Just like right over here is one of those Hessarian thingy-majiggies, and this is going to net us some influence. Your dragon screaming off in the distance. And personally, I really like these puzzles. I think they're cool. Well, once you've done them once or twice, they're not really hard, I guess, but still, I don't know, they're fun. Fun to me. It's nice having little mini games here to every once in a while. Okay, this one's pretty straightforward. several ways we could have done that. Alright, now I would like to find a cave at some point. Maybe get a few deep stalker hides. Uh-oh. Okay, well, you know what? Let's just go with it. Woohoo! Yeah! That's... Ouch. Alright, well, whatever. That's fun. Okay, I don't need to fight any more bandits right now. What I need to do is go make this Crest of Mercy thingamajig, so let me go ahead. Fast travel back to camp. Re-up on everything. I wonder if you get some influence for making this this medallion, this necklace thing. I don't know. Find out here in a second. Doesn't look like it. Did take a deep stalker hide though, so I'm gonna have to go get a few more of those. I needed a few anyway, so. Alright, so we equip this, and apparently this allows us to go fight the leader of these bandits, or Hessarian guys, whatever they call themselves. And maybe something good will come out of that. A lot of times in RPG, a good rule of thumb to follow is putting in a little extra effort leads to better rewards. What I mean is taking that extra step. Geez, like Fallout and Skyrim and all those, and all the Dragon Age so far, even Mass Effect was like this, where if you go that extra mile, you can get really cool benefits from it. You know, you might meet somebody you otherwise wouldn't have met, get a new follower. You might, of course, get some stuff, money or loot or whatever, or open up new quests. Find a house or a base of operation. All kinds of good stuff can be had from that. Whereas, sure enough, there may be a quick track way, a fast track way to finish a particular quest, but you wind up denying yourself a lot of good extra stuff in doing that. So a lot of times, if there's if I can put in a little extra effort, it's usually well worth it in the long run. That being said, I could have just gone on to the bandit camp, because I got the location as soon as I found those notes that were left behind. Could have just gone straight there and probably just killed everybody. And that would have been, one solution, the obvious one. But this might net something that I otherwise wouldn't have. And might not ever be able to get again in the game, so... Also, along the way, I do know there is, here's one of my buddies. My favorite thing in the game ever, friggin' bears. The only thing I actually hate worse than archers, to tell you the truth. Honestly, these fade rifts that you see, pouring out demons and stuff, honestly, the Fade Rifts aren't spawning demons. What it is, those demons, the Fade Rifts are actually spawning bears, and all the demons are just running from the bears, is what it is, because these things are a terror to everybody and everything. And they don't stop, and they said, the developers of this game said that, if you kill off a certain kind of creature, over a period of time, that creature will eventually become, somewhat extinct. Or, their numbers will diminish, and I don't think that's true of bears. I think for every bear you kill, 2 more spawn. And not only do they never run out, but then they just become so numerous that they run out of being able to even spawn them randomly, and they'll just start spawning out of thin air. In the middle of a bear fight, you'll get more bears spawning, and it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I would go so far almost to say that it's even a bug or a glitch in the game. The way the bears spawn and the number of bears that spawn. Anyway, just in short, I hate bears. If that's not obvious, I hate bears. Let's get a bunch of cotton. Actually, if we get another requisition that requires cotton, we should have some surplus. We should have some extra. This book up here. Apparently there was a traveler, and he was prepared for everything but a rock slide. That was his list of supplies that he had. Taking extra special care to be prepared before he set out on his long journey, and then a mountain falls on his face. Poor guy. That is another thing in RPGs. One thing that I love, one thing that will keep me engaged in an RPG for dozens, hundreds of playthroughs is little stories, little stuff that you can find laying around that tells a story in and of itself. It may not necessarily be related to the the quest or the main story, the main thing that you're on, but little stuff. Because if you have all these random people inhabiting your world, then you have all these different lives with different stuff happening. And yeah, sure, you're on this quest to slay dragons and kill demons and save the world and blah 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 and whatever. But for the average Joe Blow over here who got eaten by a big fish, or someone over there who got trampled on by a bear, or a guy who was looking for this, I don't know, legendary sword or something, but got caught in a trap on the way, and he leaves a note behind. And you find that note, and it leads you eventually to find what he was looking for, this item of legend, or just little stuff, just the little stories you find. Bethesda was amazing about that, of course, in the Fallout and Elder Scrolls games. And I like to see that they incorporate some of that here. Alright. This cave is definitely off the beaten path, but there's one unique thing down here that I know about. Matter of fact, I think that's a set item too, that bow grip right there. It's not necessarily anything, to hoot and holler over, but it's something. But I think the previous times I've been in here, that exact same bow grip has been in that same box, so I think that's a set piece. And then this thing right here, this is a really cool shield, especially for this level. This level of character, it actually activates a special ability every so often, for every, I guess, time that you either use it to fight or take a hit, whatever. But anyway, I'm going to equip Cassandra with that. I think it sets off Horn of Valor or something. Anyway, very cool. Anytime you get a free perk, that's always a plus. And then that's upgrade for Barrack's bow. I think these are a little tougher than the guys we met coming in. If you see me running around and sometimes even maybe passing up enemies, it's not trying to avoid a fight necessarily. It's that I'm not trying to overlevel. Enemies are going to give you XP regardless of where you go. And sure enough, if you farm out all the enemies in an area to where you're not getting XP anymore, then the next area you go to, if you're overleveled, you're not going to get XP for them anyway. In other words, enemies are kind of almost like static XP wherever you go. They're going to give you XP for killing them, whether you're in this map or that map. All right, and once you've leveled to a certain point, those level enemies aren't going to give you anything anymore. And also being over-leveled in areas can, I don't know, leads to being a little boring. I'm not a big fan of going in overpowered where I one-shot everything and can't die and stuff. That's not really the point of the game to me. I mean, now if I can get to the point where I'm just super overpowered based on my build, where enemies that are my level and even a little above me, I'm still owning them and destroying them, that's a different story. But if I go in level 20 against something that's level 10 and it's just, they become trivial, that's not really fun. I like meeting a challenge and beating it convincingly, but meeting a challenge that's not a challenge, so that doesn't really serve any purpose. Yeah, and now I'm trying to keep the leveling down a little bit anyway, because there's some main story stuff that's going to give me a lot of XP in and of itself. And I kind of like to meet their level qualifications. Keeps the loot relevant also that I pick up. Items and stuff that, you know, who wants to pick up a level 6 sword when you're level 12? Who cares, you know? But when you're level 6, that sword's probably going to be pretty cool.
Or did you expect me to stand down because you're an ox?
You killed soldiers of the Inquisition. We cannot let this stand.
You want justice? Claim it.
My character went all dramatic about it. We cannot let this stand. Alright, now this guy's actually pretty much a coward, but he has these two pretty brutal guard dogs here. Friggin' super uber Mabaris. Sorry about that, Cassandra, but you had a barrier up. You can take it. Man, these dogs have some health. Tell you what. If they couldn't be knocked down, they would be something... well, they'd be more like a bear. A bear's like a super Mabari that can't be knocked down. Okay, I think they got the bandit guy out of the way. He's relatively weak. He's not all that big a deal. It's the dogs. Dogs are what'll get you. Sorry, little guys. No bad dogs, just bad owners.
Provided no one stabs you in the back on the way out.
At your service, Your Worship.
Alright, got some respect now.
The Blades of Hessarian are at your service. If you want eyes on the coast, here we are.
I've not heard of the Blades of Hessarian.
Our work is often misunderstood, but we serve Andraste and whoever proves worthy of wielding us.
You and your blades are loyal to the Inquisition?
We're loyal to you. I suppose that's the same thing, Your Worship.
So there's no ill will over what happened with your former boss?
The man was a bastard. You're not the first to stand up to him. You're just the first to win, and we're happy with that. Besides, I would rather swear my life to the Herald of Andraste.
Right on, man.
Do you have anything to report?
Nothing of note, Your Worship.
I should go.
Safe travels, Your Worship.
Brian, just a girl. Did you borrow my knife? I remember them. You know.
I know. We'll be safe there.
Apparently, Your Worship is another title among many that I've gotten somehow. Alright, I will read all this stuff later.
See? Told you.
When I'm looking for a good boost in XP. Alright, let's see if we've got anything to be useful. Alright, I should have equipped that shield on Cassandra already. That's trash, that's trash. Picked up a lot of bows. I wonder if any of them be handy for Sarah. And the basic MO with Cassandra is armor rating up, defense up, guard up, aggro up. She can draw hate and keep it, and take it then we're good. Makes things a lot easier for the rest of the party. Some of the stuff is a little bit useful. Tell you what, before I leave this area, why don't I go find a couple Deep Stalker hides? That sounds like a good idea. I'd like to fill that requisition so that I can grab another one and start on that. Just holding that requisition in my back pocket isn't gaining any influence. I need to actually fill them and turn them in.
Don't get killed by either of them.
Or we could just have a night at the movies. Let's go ahead and check out this epic dragon giant battle taking place over here. I don't think they're too worried about us right now. Also, if you want a heads up on dragon tactics, how they fight, and their kind of pattern of behavior, you can get a sneak peek right here too. And giants as well. I'm sure we'll be meeting plenty of both of these in the future. I'm also sure they're a little over-leveled for us right now. I'm going to go in there swinging my sword at that dragon, shaking my stick at him. That would probably be a stun move, that Screech. And that would be an attack. They land on top of you. Paw swipe. Giant's just a brute. Alright, leave a trail of lightning in its wake. Kind of slowly walk backwards. The fire-breathing dragons do that. Of course, with fire instead of lightning, but that would probably be a stun move by the dragon, the Screech. Let's see. Okay, ranged attack. Instead of a fireball, it's a lightning ball. Apparently it stays in the ground like an electric mine or something. Oh, I know that wing move. Yeah, that's pretty brutal. It sucks you in and just destroys you. Dragons maybe bit off a little more than he can chew. That giant's punching him in his face. Okay, now that's where the dragon builds guard, which is basically a whole extra health bar. It's great. You're not only fighting a dragon, but then he can get an extra health bar anytime he wants. Yeah, so much for the giant. Poor giant dude. I'll tell you what, I hope he left some loot behind. I'll take that.
It is a comfort to have you present on our journey.
See a Fade Rift over there. I'm certainly not going to go mess with that right now. It's probably the 8 to 12 level range, I would guess.
Manners have not held you back on other occasions.
I say what I believe to be true, even if it gives offense to those who prefer the lie.
Look at those waves,
but there is
man.
no lie in what you are. Your
I just can't
position
get
is
over
an
that.
honorable and well earned.
Sweet. Nothing real legendary or anything, but it's free. I'll take it. Alright, and we will go search out some caves, and then we'll head on and maybe go even grab another follower here shortly. But thanks for watching. If you want to subscribe, hit that button over my head. For more Inquisition, hit the top box. And for a complete list of all my videos, hit the bottom box. And I will catch you guys later. Bye-bye.